everybody, it's Corie and welcome back to Crafted by Corie. I need to say a huge thank you to all of you who have been supporting me on my YouTube channel because we blew right past my goal of 1,000 subscribers with last week's video, and I am so excited. So thank you so much. When I am recording this, we are about to hit 1,500, and so who knows where we'll be when this actually goes live. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you are not already subscribed, I hope you'll consider hitting that subscribe button and be sure to hit the little bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. I love doing DIY crafts. So crafts, usually on a budget. So a lot of Dollar Tree is what you'll find here, but also trash to treasure, things from thrift stores, thrift flips. I'm gonna be doing some furniture flips coming up in the near future. So I hope you'll stick around and join us and enjoy the crafts as we go. So you're getting a little bit of a sneak peek of one of today's projects behind me, and I'm really excited to share these 3 projects with you. They are all fall. 2 of them are neutral decor inspired and one is more of a traditional fall look, but they are all on a budget. So without further ado, let's get crafting. So here we go with DIY number 1. So for this, we are going to be using hot glue and Gorilla wood glue, as well as some vases or candle holders. They're going to be candle holders for me today from the Dollar Tree, as well as 3 of these little mini crates, also from the Dollar Tree. I think those are super cute. This is, I think it's like a double shot glass, but I think it could also be a dessert container. I think they came in a 6-pack, also from Dollar Tree. Bear wax in dark, and a whole host of Dollar Tree picks, as well as floral foam, also from the Dollar Tree. And apparently I really wanted to show you what that looked like, but we're gonna get started with our little crates. And I am so sorry about the lighting on this, you guys. It's gonna get better really soon. I'm trying to speed through this part of it. I don't know what happened with the lighting, but I apologize. So I'm going to start out by gluing the 3 little crates together. Going to be using the wood glue for that long-term hold with the extra bond that wood glue will make with wood. And then also using hot glue just for that initial hold so that we can keep on moving with the project. Then once those are glued together, coming in with my Bear wax in dark, and then I am going to just, as I go, wipe that down with my little handy Kleenex hand towels that I love to keep on hand. I just think that they are super convenient. So here you go with the 1 coat on our crates. Coming in now with regular Gorilla Glue. I'm going to be gluing that little double shot glass to the base of the 1 candle holder because I want to be giving this some height. So using the Gorilla Glue and then again a little bit of hot glue for that immediate bond, and going to be placing that right in the middle. So you can see how that was. Now going to be using the foam, cutting this in half so that I can use some of it on either side of my arrangement. And this is also going to give height to the outer candle holders, just not quite as much height as the center one. So I want them to be at different heights there. So you can see how that is. And then I'm going to cut this floral foam, excuse me. I'm going to be cutting this floral foam to accommodate that middle piece as well. Now I'm going to be coming in, once I have all of that the way I want it, coming in with some hot glue and securing the floral foam to the inside of these little crates. Now I'm putting the glue on the wood as opposed to on the floral foam because I was afraid I would just melt the floral foam if I tried to apply it directly to the foam. So I'm doing my best not to melt the foam and just applying it to the other surfaces that I'm using here in hopes that it just will adhere nice and strong as opposed to melting the foam. Now, if you had more time and wanted to use E6000 or Gorilla Glue, I'm sure that that would work really well as well. So now I'm also going to secure the middle one, but I forgot at first, so I go to show you and I'm like, whoops, I forgot to glue that middle one. So going to also adhere that to the base of the center, and then I'm just going to make sure that everything is nice and lined up and centered and secure, and there you have it. See how those are the different heights there. That was what I was looking for. So now I'm going to be coming in with all of my Dollar Tree picks. I think everything I used for this was Dollar Tree. And you can use whatever color scheme you want. I am using traditional fall colors, but you could make this neutral tones or really whatever you want. You could use pumpkins. I'm just going to be using all florals, and then I did come in with some cotton bulbs as well as some pine cones, some cat's tail. I did a whole bunch of different things in here that I had on hand just to give it different heights and more interest and texture. And I also am using a new little editing feature that I discovered with my editing software. So let me know what you think as we kind of blend through this and kind of do this lapse time, if you will. So I'm having a little fun here. But as you can see, I'm getting it all filled out. Oh, and I apologize. These were actually from the Hobby Lobby from last year, some of those little picks with the berries on them that I kind of pulled apart and did the way I wanted. What do you think? Super pretty, but here it is on my kitchen counter. And now I didn't glue down any of those florals, so come the holidays, I can pull this all apart and do a different theme. I celebrate Christmas, so I could do it in reds and greens, with poinsettia, whatever. If you celebrate Hanukkah, you could do it in blues and silvers and whites. There's so much you could do with this type of an arrangement. Sky's the limit. So here we go with DIY number 2. So starting out with 3 lengths of nautical rope. Now this is, I believe, 12 feet that I cut off for each of these 3 lengths, and I'm going to tie them at the top, and then I'm going to be braiding them all the way down the length. Now, if you have access to Dollar Tree nautical rope, that would work. I just have not been able to find the nautical rope in my Dollar Trees lately. So I ordered this on Amazon. I went a little crazy, and I think it's like a 600-foot spool that I ordered. They do have it in a lot of different sizes of spools, so I'll go ahead and link that in the description box in case you have interest in that. Now, I had to show you all of this ribbon that I got from Costco, you guys. Costco has their holiday ribbon out. I bought 6 different kinds. I still have some left over, different types from last year. They have at least a dozen kinds of ribbon, but it's such a great deal because these are $6.99 and it's 50 yards, you guys. So 150 feet for $7. You really can't beat that. It's a great deal, and I just love their ribbon. So I'm going to be using 2 of those, but we'll get to that in a little bit. I just wanted to share. So now I've got a bunch of different florals and berries and leaves. Most of these I actually did pick up at Joann's because they were on sale. I believe they were 70% off. I always want to make sure I get everything on sale. So going to go in and kind of place them along the length of my garland. Now I did find the center point. That's where my hand is at the moment, is my center point. And I am going to do pretty much the same thing on either side. And this is why I braided the garland, you guys, the rope as my base, because I wanted to have a way to tuck all of these picks in there and be able to wrap the little stems around them somewhat and just anchor them in a little bit better than just relying on glue. So I'm anchoring them in, and then I'm using the hot glue for added security, if you will. Once I have just a layer, if you will, of flowers and leaves and everything down the length of my garland, I'm going to come in and I'm going to place a bow at the top, and then I'll also be weaving the ribbon down along the sides. So for the first part of the ribbon, I'm using this really pretty kind of plaid neutral toned ribbon. I'm using a chenille stem. I did about 6 loops. I just wrapped it over and over and over on itself, right? So secured it in the middle. I did not clip the ribbon. I know some people like to clip just a little teeny notch on either side of the ribbon. I don't bother to do that. Works fine for me, but really do whatever you're most comfortable with and what you like the best. Once I had that base ribbon set the way I wanted it, I created a second ribbon with this really pretty sparkly rose gold. I love this ribbon. I love my Farmhouse, but I also love a little bling. So this makes me so happy. So added that on, connected it with the same chenille stem, and then I attached it with the chenille stem to the garland where I wanted it. Now I'm coming back in with both ribbons together. So both of them together, and I tucked it into the braided rope, but then I also did go back and secure it with some hot glue. Now down the length of it, you'll see me pinching it here and there, and I did use some wire to attach the pinched ribbon to where I wanted it along the garland. I just figured that that would be better than using hot glue along here, and it worked out really well. You can see my little silver wire off to the left side there. That was the wire that I was using. I had saved it from another project. So here you go. This is how it looks on my mantle before I finished decorating. I was actually happy that I didn't make it too robust, if you will, because my mantle isn't that deep and I wanted to be able to have room for other things, not just the garland on here. So if you want it more full, certainly you can do that. But this is the way that I opted to do this. And I am loving this, you guys. I just think it's got the perfect amount of sparkle and it just makes me happy. So here we go, the DIY number 3. For this, we're gonna start out with a broomstick that I got last year. It was cinnamon scented, and we're gonna cut off the handle right about there, above where it's all fastened together. I just used my wire cutters for that. And once that is all clipped apart, I am also going to trim the bottom to make it kind of a feather shape, if you will. I saw something like this at Joann's and I was like, I can make that. So that's what I'm doing. So once I have it to the shape that I want it, I'm going to bring in all of my florals. These I also got at Joann's. I've got one pick of these hydrangeas that are in this really pretty creamy color with some browns in there. And then I had some whiter flowers. I cut all of these picks apart, so I'm just using those 2 picks of flowers for this piece of it. Just cut them all apart, and I'm placing them in there and securing them with hot glue, just tucking them in between all those little twigs and then securing them with the hot glue. Then I went back in, did the same thing with these other little flowers. I don't even know what kind they are. I know that the first ones were a type of hydrangea. I'm not sure what these are, but I just thought that they were really pretty and they complemented it nicely because I wanted to do something with this neutral color palette. What do you guys think about all of the neutral tones for fall? Are you more of a traditional, oranges and burgundies and gold tones for the fall, or do you like the neutral color palette that's been really popular lately? I'm kind of digging it. So then I came back in with these sprays. These I already had from Hobby Lobby, and I just took one set of this floral spray, if you will, and pulled it all apart. Actually, I might have had 2. I think I actually did use 2 of them, but pulled it all apart and used the individual pieces all along the outer edge. This is going to provide a little bit more fullness, some more dimension. It's going to make it a little bit more robust while also keeping it light and airy and just really delicate, as you see there. Now at this point I thought it felt a little bridal to me, so I wanted to come in with some actual of the traditional fall tones, if you will. So I am pulling those apart. I had 2 or 3 of those. These I got from Joann. They were, again, on sale. think it was like a 70% off sale. So I was really happy with the deals I was getting. I think this might have cost me in all about $12 to $15 to make. And then the swag also was only like $15-ish to make. So really budget friendly, you guys. When those swags, you could see them online selling for $130. Let me tell you, I was really happy to make it for $15. So here we are. I'm coming back in with the little cotton bulbs. These are from Dollar Tree. I only used one spray of these Dollar Tree cotton bulbs. And now coming back in with the same ribbon colors that we used before. And I'm doing the same roll it over itself method. And so just looping it until I had about 5 loops on either side, and then I'm gonna cut that off. Using another chenille stem, I'm just pinching it in the middle and going to secure it by twisting that chenille stem around it, and just made sure that I had about the same amount on either side. For this one, I think I had each side at about 5 or 6 inches, just to give you an idea of the size of this bow. So once I had that all fluffed out, I wanted to make tails for the bow. So I cut a length of the ribbon and folded it in half around my bow, and I'm just tying a simple knot. And I'm making sure that my chenille stem is straddling it, because I'm going to be using my chenille stem to attach it to what used to be a broom, to attach it there at the top. So you can see me here pushing the chenille stem pieces through the broom and just in between those little twigs. And I'm going to twist that off a couple of times. And then you want to keep that chenille stem, those lengths, because I'm then going to attach them to each other to make a loop. And I'm sorry you can't see this quite as well. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. I'm just wrapping the chenille stem around itself on either side to make a loop at the back, and that'll be our hanger. Fluffing up the bow again. And then I'm going to dovetail my ribbons. And if you don't know what I mean by dovetailing, you literally just fold your ribbon in half, like lengthwise, and then you cut it at an angle, low on the inside and high on the outside, to just angle it and give that little dovetail, is what they call it. So it just makes your ribbon nice and pretty and look finished. So then I'm going to place my ribbon where I want it. And I eventually did go back in and just tack it down with a little teeny bit of hot glue, so it was where I wanted it, you guys, and so that it would stay in place. And here it is on my front door. Let me know what you think. I am absolutely in love with this piece. My fiance, Rich, actually says he thinks this is one of the best projects I've done so far. So you'll have to let me know if you agree with him. And if this isn't your favorite, what is your favorite? So I'd love to know what your favorite project is so far. Okay, everybody, so that's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a big thumbs up. Be sure to comment and let me know what you liked, and if there's some way in which I can improve, leave a comment for me on that too, because I want this to be what you want to watch. So thank you so much to all of you who continue to support me, who continue to provide me with comments and feedback. I really appreciate it more than you know. So thank you so much. Until the next time, be well, be kind, and make it a great day. Take good care. Bye.